Question number 5. On question 5 we're asked to work out some sums. Now you'll notice on 5a there's a multiplication and there's an addition. Now when there's more than one operation, we use a special word in maths called BIDMAS to help us do the sums in the right order. We don't always do them in the order that they're written. Now BIDMAS stands for B for brackets, I for indices, D for division, M for multiplication, and then A for addition, and S for subtraction. So M, multiplication, comes before A. So we must do the multiplication first. So 24 times 4, we're going to do that. Then we're going to add on 34. Now 24 times 4, I will do 20 times 4, which is 80. I will do 4 times 4, which is 16. So altogether I've got 96, and then I've got to do 96 add 34. So you could do it mentally, or you could do it using the traditional method. 6 add 4 is 10, so I've got a 0 and 1 to carry. 9 add 3 is 12, add 1 is 13. So I know the first answer is going to be 130. Now part B is where it gets tricky. What people would have done wrong is they would have done 32 add 4 first, but BIDMAS says M is before A, so we need to multiply before we add. So here the first thing we have to do is 4 times 16. Now if I was doing 4 times 16, I would do 4 times 10, which is 40. I would do 4 times 6, which is 24. Add them two together and I would get 64. Then I would do 64 added to 32. So 32 and 64, that's going to give me 2 add 4 is 6, 3 add 6 is 9. So the final answer would be 96. So question 5 is a classic BIDMAS question. When you see more than one operation in a sum, make sure you use BIDMAS to help do the sum in the right order. Right, on to question number 6. Jim has 20 sweets. He can put all the sweets into rows, each of the same length. For example, he can make one row with 20 sweets. Fill in the empty spaces for other rows that he can make using all the sweets. Now, when I see a question like this, it's very wordy. Reading it once, I probably don't fully understand it. I'd need to read this a couple of times so it's fully understood. And I'd underline some key words as I do it. So Jim has got 20 sweets, I know that. He can put all the sweets into rows of the same length. So he wants to put the sweets into rows of the same length. Now he can make one row with 20 sweets. Yep, that makes sense. One row of 20 sweets. Fill in the empty spaces for other rows that he can make. So if he had 2 rows and he wants to make 20, he could do 2 rows of 10 sweets, because 2 times 10 would make 20. Now what else could he do? If he went for 3 rows, 3 wouldn't go into 20. If he went for 4 rows, I know that 4 times 5 makes 20, so you can have 4 rows of 5. Now you could have written 5 rows of 4 as well, that would have been okay. So this is an example of a question where you have to apply your knowledge. You're essentially working out the factors of 20, but it's a disguised wordy problem.